gang? Ian Anderson, Surgical Disc Golf. We are again joined by Lenny Siegel. And Steve was telling me you kind of TD'd this course. Is that correct?
Yes, I was reluctantly pulled out of the event so I could help Steve and Jesse so they could be at the other courses and, have as much fun as they could have while working as hard as they could. I was happy to help, and it was very fun to be someone just helping run the show rather than playing. You don't have to worry about how you're playing, which is the main thing you worry about when you're playing. Am I right?
I would say the best thing about filming or TDing in this case is you can't miss any 10-foot putts.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really rewarding to see people having fun around you because of your efforts too, Ian.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, hole 10. This looks gettable.
You just want to stay left of this kind of ghost fence. You can see these posts. To the right of those posts is OB, so you just need to keep it under control.
Cool. Looks like Joe went Star Destroyer. If I'm guessing, that's got to be his worst drive.
What, has he left himself a 35-footer?
Yeah.
Come on, Joe.
Not even bad. He's 8 down after 9. JC Thummer as is tradition. Oh.
He's near the OB line, but I can't tell if he's in or not. Probably inbounds.
Yeah, I didn't see a graphic pop up, so I'm hoping he stayed in. Joel tempting that OB with the forehand, but this looks great.
With the skips we're getting today, he should be fine.
Oh my goodness,
he's right there.
That's a Joe style drive so far. Evan opted for the backhand, fading away from the OB line. This looks great too, though.
He's probably throwing an ascent, I would say. That looks great.
He almost skipped in right there.
Unless he's throwing one of his Firebirds.
Yeah.
Ooh, GC.
Yep, good.
Just misses.
There. Yeah, just off the cage. And Joe with his longest putt of the day. He's washed
Didn't
up.
like it.
Yeah.
Usually this is one of the windier parts of the course. It's a really calm day. We're not used to this on hole 10. Nice putt.
Yeah. Evan getting the bird. JC's going to clean up the par, and Joel will finally get a stroke on Joe. It's not easy to do.
I'm sure it hadn't crossed his mind.
No. Yeah, right. The creative disc cleaning.
There he goes, getting a 3. He's allowed to do that once in a while.
Yeah, we let him have 1 per 9 holes.
Per 9.
Yeah, so that's your quota, Joe. No more pars. Joel, as you see, does get a stroke on Joel, takes that lead down to 3, and opens up a little bit on JC. Also 3 strokes, and hole 11. What are we doing?
Hole 11, you can't really tell yet, but there's water kind of surrounding it on 2 or 3 sides. There's a ditch that runs in front of it, river behind. Yeah, even with that beautiful drone flyover, we couldn't see any of the water, but I assure you it's there.
So is it kind of ditch off to the right and short a little bit?
It's like short and right, short and left, and then behind it.
Okay.
And he's looking good.
That's looking great. Joel will take a couple of drop-ins to start his back 9. Evan, going forehand. Haven't seen this yet.
This is a Des Redding Firebird that Evan really likes to throw.
Oh, cool.
He's got it wide enough, but perhaps a little too much power.
Okay. We'll see if he stayed dry or not. Probably a glow Firebird for Joe on that Thummer line.
And he's kind of near Evan, maybe a little closer.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully that'll work. And JC, Thummer as well. Is this one of his nukes, you think?
I don't know what he likes. I know he likes nuke OSs for Thumbers typically, so maybe that's what he's throwing.
Yes. Yeah,
I'm not too sure.
Nuke OS. I'm guessing that was Evan pitching out?
Just a pitch up?
Yeah, from somewhere. All right, Joe. Fortunate to stay
Joe finds
clean.
a way.
Yeah, Joe does find a way. And JC from the other side of the basket. Great.
Those guys made this hole look very easy.
Yeah, this is a very tiny, crowded green. And,
yet another technique from Joel.
I think that's like 15 different putting styles and 11 holes.
It's too bad we're not keeping track of style points, Ian.
Where's the counter? We need a counter, Peter. Huge thanks to Peter Marsh for getting out here, filming, and putting on a beautiful video. A beautiful area of the world. There is a bunch of birds. Evan dropping a stroke to the card. It's going to take us to hole 12.
Hole 12, you're just worried about the river, which is to the right of all this brush, and just not getting caught. A lot of the hyzers get caught in that last piece of brush on the right.
Oh, yeah. Definitely see that happening.
I guess with all these forehanders, you don't really want to skip out of bounds either. That happens quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
get too aggressive.
I imagine we'll see at least one thumber, maybe two if Joe opts for it. Joel has a really nice forehand. Go in.
Did he get the skip? Oh.
Ooh.
He may have rolled out of bounds. Maybe he didn't because we didn't see the graphic.
Yeah, hope so. Yeah, Joe does opt for that Glow Firebird thumber. And,
wow.
Okay.
Remote control thumber.
The best. Wow, Joe.
Not to be outdone.
Never in the thumber department. Oh, my goodness.
Just trickles up to her.
Yep. He did outdo Joe's thumber.
Mm-hmm.
Evan going to go forehand, which does fade towards OB.
He's making sure to stay in bounds, though.
He pumps those out very well. He's got some power.
Wow, he got a little bit long. Yeah, he has a lot of power on that one.
Yeah. He's going to try and forehand putt, which is never easy.
Ooh. I've seen Evan make some big ones like that, though. He likes that angle.
Wow, that was pretty.
Joel can't believe the basket caught his putt.
That was funny. And Joe,
he was lucky to stay in bounds.
He was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's very close to the OB line there. And Joe is just loose, you can tell.
Yeah, he's showing Evan where his putt hit, because I guess Evan probably couldn't see from where he was.
Nope.
Evan smiles as he walks away. Let's see. Oh, Joel did not stay in bounds.
Circle 3, I suppose.
Yep, did save the par, but that does give Joe a stroke on him, taking that lead out to 4. JC's reeling him in a little bit. And we're looking at hole 13.
Hole 13, do whatever you want, but make sure it goes really far.
Oh, wow. 538
it's just, we haven't had many 2s on this, usually the result of a throw-in if you're getting a 2 on this one.
Yeah, sure.
Unless you're on lead card and in the open division, you might be able to show us something special.
Yeah. I'm sure a couple of these guys have got 500 feet of power. And Joe looks like he's lining up a big shot with that Star Destroyer.
Probably the same one he threw on 5. And he has the angle memorized well.
Yeah. Maybe want a little more height on that to get that late fade. But that thing's out there. JC,
it's slightly uphill as well.
Is it really? Oh, wow.
He's going forehand roller.
Oh, wow.
He's turning over too soon.
Yeah, it
perhaps.
is, isn't it? Still some decent distance.
And that's the thing. You're not really punished for going left or right all that much as long as you can make a 200-foot upshot.
Yeah, sure. That looks like a Star Destroyer for Joel as well. He's got some interesting form.
He wasn't. I guess he was probably trying to throw a roller.
Yeah, I think so. Big sky roller.
We are at about 6,600 feet, so discs are typically a little bit more overstable.
Sure. Evan,
I think he's caught. Well, it's hard to tell if he was throwing a roller or not.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say he was. I bet he was.
It's in his range for a justice upshot, so he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's taken that shot 1,000 times.
Yep, that'll work for the par. Joel also loves his forehand ups. That looks a little sawed off. Oh, no. Yeah, maybe a little bit.
He sounds incredulous that he left that shot short.
JC
Zone.
All day.
No problem.
That should par. And Joe, CTP, but not really puttable. Maybe throw-inable.
And that's a fun shot to take if you're that close.
Yeah, a little half-go action. Nice hyzer approach. Joel looking to save the par.
He's a great putter. He's not going to miss too many of those, Ian.
Yeah, that's for sure. Evan coming back after going long on the upshot.
Good pace, Evan.
Mm-hmm. Dead center putt.
Evan looks like he's loosened up a bit.
Yep. This camera jitters are real if you've never been filmed before. I can't attest.
Yes, he's a fantastic player, but, we don't get out to Central Coast filmed events all that often, Ian.
I wish there was more. Love filming you Colorado guys and these awesome Colorado courses. There is your barbecue on hole 13. Really no shame in a 3 on that one.
Certainly not.
Yep.
And this one has a double Mando. You're going to see a little blue M sign on the right and the left. You got to work it. This is our version of a tunnel shot.
Uh-huh.
and it looks pretty thick when we were filming this drone, but there she is. It's not a very far shot, very technical.
Huh. So it's kind of like a baby flex shot here, or what's the play?
Go as straight as you can and for as long as you can, and don't hit that tree, which we affectionately named Dikembe after Dikembe Mutombo. Great blocking superstar of the Denver Nuggets for a time in the mid-'90s, I would say.
That is fantastic. I love that reference.
Can't find a Dikembe jersey to fit that tree, though. I'm looking on eBay.
Just staple one on there.
I think it would be a good classy touch-up for the course. Oh, he almost aces it off the aspen tree.
Oh, man. Almost with the tree ace. You got one of those yet?
Tree ace.
Uh-huh.
Nope. Nope. Haven't been that unlucky.
Evan finds a tree, but he's still going to have a long putt.
Mm-hmm.
And here is Joe's second shot. That'll par. Evan for birdie.
He's probably, I think he was about 60, 70 feet there.
Yeah. Something was wrong with his hand, though. JC, nothing wrong with his hand. Joe coming back for par. No worries. Oh, that's a stroke. Evan cleans up the par. And Joel, a rare stroke on Joe Rovere.
Another one.
Uh-huh. That's 2 in the back 9 here. Let's see what that lead is at. Yeah, it's down to 3. He's just 2 ahead of JC. Evan's hanging around. And we're going to be playing hole 15 next.
Hole 15, nicknamed Clay's Conundrum.
Oh.
We've and that's spelled with 2 K's in. We've got the river on the left. You really want to glide a shot out there, and it's hard to get it to land right near the basket. If you saw it off at all, you're hitting a tree. If you have a late release, you can hit an early tree.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the more fun shots on the course.
It looks really cool. Joel playing the high flex shot, needs it to get, he's thinking.
The hand waving that turned out great. That looked like it was going to hyzer out much earlier.
Yeah, body English not required on that shot. That was good. JC doesn't seem like a thumber hole, but when you're JC Kester, I guess they all are.
Yes, and that panned a little bit more to the side than he wanted, but he's still in the circle.
All right. See if he can find a fun putt out of the woods over there. Joe is going for his money rock.
And we just need to miss those. That wasn't the worst kick.
That was not. Yeah. Kind of kept him out of the brush on the left, I think.
Yes.
Evan?
Evan likes to throw a flat shot on this hole. Looks like, see, you can see how understable that putter is. And he's really made very good work of this.
That was beautiful. Love watching that line right there. Joe with the longest of the putts. Looks to be a little bit outside the circle.
He knew it.
Yes, he did.
He's got the fun meter cranked up to 11.
100%. JC a little bit long left, coming back for the birdie. JC. That was an awkward putt.
Made a little bit more difficult by the footing.
Indeed.
Evan looking great on that hole.
Yeah, beautiful drive, beautiful putt. Joel, absolutely.
That's amazing that disc landed there.
Isn't it?
That hand waving action was highly effective.
Yeah, it sure was. JC with a lone par there. But none the worse for wear. There is your card after 15. Joe still leading Joel by 3, who does get a stroke on JC. Widening up second place a little bit. Hole 16.
Hole 16, we're throwing back up a slight uphill. This one's very tough to reach. It plays a little bit longer than 410, like it says. Just got to get it close and find a way in there.
Cool.
One of the interesting things about this tournament is the 3 different courses we get to play. We're going to see round 3 a big golf course layout. They've already played a tight wooded layout.
Oh, wow.
And this is what we'd call a more typical disc golf course. So
yeah. I love the addition of the new course this year. That's I really want to play that one, to be honest.
We're all ready to get out there and just live at Cross Creek if the Scots will let us. But
yeah. It's a beautiful piece of property up there. That's a great drive from Joel. Evan lining up a backhand.
Oh, big slip from Evan.
Yeah, looks like that's going to fade a little early.
I hope he didn't hurt himself.
Me too.
That looked pretty dangerous.
It did. JC with a thumber. Probably that Nuke OS. My goodness.
It just doesn't make sense until you see the result that he gets from all those thumbers.
Just unbelievable. Oh, the running
classic
jumper.
The classic running JC jumper.
I love those so much.
Comes up a little short, but he should have a pretty easy cleanup from there.
For sure.
A few feet farther back, and you'd have almost no look.
Yeah, seriously. Evan got a floating Annie at it, and it gave it a good bid.
Even though he slipped, he had a lot of distance on that shot because that was a pretty short up shot.
Yeah. Joel for birdie.
No, he knew before it even left his hand.
I think those trees in
wasn't gonna
front
go
of
in.
him weren't doing what he wanted there. And Joe found a putt here, and this is for a stroke on the card.
Ooh, strong too.
Mm-hmm. That is a good one to get. It feels like, 400 feet, slightly uphill, and you got a pretty crowded green here.
In years past, we didn't have this basket position for hole 16. I really like us moving it back and up the hill a little bit. Makes it a lot more interesting. And there's Evan cleaning up.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Makes the hole a little more dynamic. And
do we have a sitting putt? A sitting upside down with some extra contemplation.
What a showman. JC cleans up the bogue, unfortunately.
I don't mean to pick on Joel, but he is putting on quite a display of putting prowess.
He is. I didn't even know there were so many types of putts. Joe gets another stroke on him, taking that lead out to 4, and we are looking at hole 17.
Pretty straightforward. Usually the wind plays a factor. Usually it's a headwind into this direction, but we have a bit of an elevated basket. OB over the fence, which no one ever does. No one ever goes. OB to the right of that path, which shouldn't be an issue for this card.
Sure. That looks like a C-line PD for Joe. Throwing a smashing hyzer at it.
He should have no trouble there.
Yeah. Great.
You can hear the wind up there, but it's really doesn't seem like much of an issue today.
Mm-hmm. Joel, he's fading early. Still, he's in the circle, right?
He's in the circle, and it's funny because the shots look like they're not going to make it there, but then they ultimately are.
Yep. Evan, a little bit long right.
And the rock circle keeps him in.
Yeah, a little bit of help there. And JC, I'm sure we'll see a thumber. Gosh, I don't think Peter's lost a single JC thumber, which is like amazing.
Peter's crushing it.
He is, man.
Hasn't even thrown once.
1050 rated camera guy right here. Killing it, Peter.
Come on, Evan.
Oh. Dang.
Well, he's lucky he didn't roll down the hill. You
This
can
is true.
have some really nasty rollaways on this screen.
Joel with a 30-footer does not convert. He will par. Joe for another stroke. Take that lead out to 5. Oh, Joe.
Joe.
You don't miss those.
Perhaps his first bad miss of the day.
Yeah, I think so. A bogey. Joe Rovere,
we know Joe's not happy right now, but
No.
I haven't heard any grumbling, so he's still in a good mood.
Yeah. JC converts. I think that's a stroke on the card right there. Evan cleans up.
Even though I think we had all the drives in the circle, only one birdie.
Yeah. They were all pretty circle edgy.
Mm-hmm.
Joel and Joe, par and bogey respectively. Maybe not respectively, I can't remember. But there is Joe slipping back to Joel by a stroke. Takes that lead to 3. We got one more hole left, Lenny.
Hole 18, the parking lot is out of bounds, including the road that goes in front of this rock circle that we've created. And this one plays as an island as well, so you don't really want to be long or left.
Okay. Let's see what they got for us. JC taking the box with that solo bird. Might hit a bird while he's up there.
He threw that at least as high as this hole is long.
Agreed. Joel's going to bust up that trusty forehand of his. Not happy, though.
Joel was animated this round.
He is.
I can't remember how he finished this tournament, but hopefully he calms down and has a great round at Gypsum Creek.
Yeah. Evan, what is this?
Just sawed it off a little bit, but it still had enough skip. Did it? I think it
I
may have hit a rock and couldn't tell from that camera angle.
Speaking of rocks, I think that might be a rock from Joe.
He's hanging it too far wide. He's tempting the out of bounds long. It looks like he found it.
He did, didn't he? Dang.
Yes.
Drop zone on this one, or it looks like it.
This is the drop zone for Evan, so he got an unlucky kick off that rock. Although he did saw off the shot, so he probably knew he deserved it.
Yeah. Here is Joe, who's going to finish bogey after an incredible round.
Quickly throws, and that little tree helped him a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There is an OB line about 10 feet, 20 feet long of where he landed it.
Oh, yeah, I can see it over there. Oh, JC.
JC pulls a strong round together.
Yeah, finishes birdie, while your leader finishes bogey, gets 4 strokes on him in 2 holes. Joel converts the birdie after being really pissed off at that drive. And Joe with the bogue. Evan as well. Oh. There we go.
It's amazing that Joe finished with 2 bogeys. I completely had forgotten about that.
Yeah, pretty wild. I mean,
after starting down, 9 down through 10, 10 down through 11, something like that.
Yeah, you got it right. And he does finish tied on the round with Joel, who finished hot. His lead is down to 1. That happened quickly. And here is your lead card for round 3. And we got another new challenger, Jim Kelly. You know him?
I know that he plays a lot of disc golf in the Denver area. He may have come from Texas in the last few years, but I haven't seen him play too many times, Ian.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll get a chance in this next round. You said Gypsum Creek is where we're headed?
Gypsum Creek Golf Course.
Yep. Should
Get
be
ready.
A fun watch, and I think we got Clay on the mic for that one.
Certainly do.
Fantastic. Well, Lenny, thank you so much for your time and all your insight. It was really great having you on.
Thank you, Ian.
Yeah, and everybody hope you enjoyed round 2. Make sure you come back for round 3.